Now, today we shall start with the new topic, that is the common source amplifier with the source resistance. So what we are doing here, for the common source amplifier, we are attaching the source resistance. Okay. So very important. Today we are starting with the new topic, that is common source amplifier with the source resistance. So what we are doing, we are placing a source resistance here. Okay, to the source terminal. So in the previous circuitry, in the previous concepts what we studied, there we did not use the common source, we did not use the source resistance RS. But in today's concept, we are studying by placing the source resistance RS. Okay, so let me do the analysis here. So first of all, how to draw the circuitry here? This is the MOSFET. This is the MOSFET, and the three terminals of the MOSFET are drain, gate, and source. Okay, the three terminals of the MOSFET are gate, drain, and source. Okay, so now what we will do today, I repeat for the latecomers, today we are studying the new topic, that is common source amplifier with source resistance. Common source amplifier with source resistance. Okay, what we are doing, we are placing the source resistance RS here. In previous class we studied only about common source amplifier. We have drawn the equivalent circuitry here, and we have marked the parameters, and we have concluded. Okay, so today we are starting with common source resistance with RS. Okay, so here first what we have to do, this is V signal, this is R signal, this is the source resistance RS, and this is the drain resistance RD, that is connected drain with respect to ground. Okay, this is the equivalent, this is the circuitry. So now what we are doing, we have to draw the small signal equivalent. Why we need to draw the small signal equivalent here? Why we need to draw the small signal equivalent circuitry here means, in order to find the parameters, we have to draw the small signal equivalent circuitry. Pawan? Okay.
Ma'am?
Sorry. Today we are discussing about the new topic, common source amplifier with RS. So in the previous class we did not include this source resistance. Now we have included this source resistance RS. Okay. So now we have included the source resistance RS. Now we have to make the analysis. So in order to make the analysis, what we are doing, in order to make the analysis, we have to draw the equivalent circuit. Please take a pen and paper and note. Please make this note. See, in the previous circuitry, RS was not connected. If RS is not connected, we have to draw the hybrid equivalent circuit. Hybrid pi model we have to write. Okay. Please, I repeat once again. If there is no source resistance present, like previous circuitry, if there is no circuitry, the equivalent circuitry has to be shown with the help of hybrid pi model. If there is any resistance that is attached to the source, if there is source resistance attached here, we have to go for T model. Which model? Sahana, which model?
T model.
T model. Okay. I repeat once again. If the resistance is attached to the source, we have to write the equivalent circuit using T model. If there is no source resistance attached, we have to go for hybrid pi model. So here, Prajwal, here the source resistance is present or not? Nidhi, source resistance is present or not? Source resistance is present or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so source resistance is present. Source resistance is present. So what we have to do? We have to go for, if the source resistance is present, we have to go for T model. If the source resistance is not present, we have to go for hybrid pi model. So since the source resistance is present, we have to go for T model circuit. So how to draw the T model circuit? See, how to draw the T model circuit means very important. In the exam they will ask. How to draw the T model circuit means, first you have to take the hybrid pi model. See, this is the hybrid pi model for common source configuration. This is source terminal, this is gate terminal, and this is the drain terminal. Current is flowing from drain to source. This is the hybrid pi model. From hybrid pi model, you have to draw the T model. This is the T model, very, very important. I repeat, when there is resistance attached to the source, we have to go for this T model. If the resistance is not attached to the source, we have to just go for hybrid model. So in the circuitry, it is with RS, with source resistance. So since it is with source resistance, what we have to do? Since it is with source resistance, we have to go for T model. Understood? So how to draw the T model? First we have gate, drain and source terminal. So this is the basically hybrid pi model. We have to convert this hybrid pi model to what? T model. How to convert this hybrid pi model means, see here, I have written in figure B, the input part remains same. What happens to the output part? Here, the output part I have GM into VGS. The same GM into VGS is written here. So there are many conversions that is not there in your service syllabus. So I am directly writing like this. How to draw the T model? If you view some from here, it is looking like T here, gate, drain and source. So gate you have to write it here. Drain is here. The current, drain current is flowing from drain to source. So the current is GM into VGS. So the current here is GM into VGS. And here you have 1 divided by GM. You have to represent by this resistance. Okay. So this is known as the T model. I repeat, if there is source resistance present, we have to draw the equivalent circuit using T model. If there is no source resistance present, we have to represent it by pi model. So this is pi model, this is T model. What is this model known as? What is this model, Shreyas? What is this model known as? Ravi Shankar? Okay.
T model.
We have to draw the T model. This is hybrid pi model. Why we are going for T model? Because the analysis becomes easier when the resistance is attached to the source. So when the resistance is attached to the source, we have to go for T model. When the resistance is not attached to the source, we have to go for hybrid pi model. Okay, Prajwal? If the resistance is attached to the source, which model we have to go for?
T model.
If the resistance is not attached to the source?
T model.
No, if it is not attached to the source?
T model.
No, if the resistance is not attached to the source, you have to go for pi model. If the resistance is attached to the source, you have to go for T model. Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I repeat, if the resistance is attached to the source, we have to go for T model. If the resistance is not attached to the source, we have to go for pi model. Okay. So now what we will do? Here we have to replace this circuitry with its equivalent. So how to draw the equivalent circuit using T model? We have to draw by using the T model. So here, please underline this. Generally, when a resistance is connected to the source lead, the T model is preferred. Please underline this. This is very, very important. So since the resistance is connected to the since the resistance is connected to the source, we have to go for T model. So how to draw the T model? I have shown you. So how to draw the T model? Please, how to draw the T model? Please erase this. So how to draw the T model means this is V signal, this is R signal. So V signal, R signal. Okay. So this is V signal, this is R signal. You are drawing the T model. So how to draw the T model? Here you have gate terminal, drain terminal and a source terminal. So I told you the current is flowing from drain to source. So since the current is flowing from drain to source, I have to indicate the current source, dependent current source as I here. So this is V signal, this is R signal. So why they have shown this as 0? Why it has been shown it as 0 means because we have the gate resistance very, very high. So the current is considered as 0. And the current is flowing from drain to source. Since the current is flowing from drain to source, they will indicate with this dependent source. And in the T model, you have to represent this resistance as 1 divided by Gm. Very, very important. So in the T model, I repeat, you have to connect at the gate terminal the input source, and at the drain terminal, you have to show the dependent source, and at the source, you have to show 1 by Gm. See, this corresponds to the T model. So this corresponds to the T model. Very, very important. Okay, this corresponds to the T model. Are you able to hear? So this is gate terminal. This is the current flowing from drain to source, and this is the source terminal. To the source terminal, we have attaching the resistance 1 divided by Gm. So this much corresponds to T model. So I told you, since the source resistance is Rs, that is attached to the source, we have to show this Rs, and the other circuitry remains same. Are you following here? See here, please compare the main circuitry here. See, the main circuitry contains V signal, R signal, this and this remains same. Only for this MOSFET, we have to represent the T equivalent circuit. So how to represent the T equivalent circuit? Only this part of the circuitry has to be replaced. Only the MOSFET part of the circuitry must be replaced. So this is gate, this is drain, this is source. So the gate doesn't change here. You have to give the input here, and the drain here, the drain, at the drain we show that the current flowing here by means of a dependent source, and this is 1 divided by Gm. So 1 divided by Gm is nothing but the resistance, and this is the source resistance attached here. Followed? Prajwal, Nidhi, followed?
Yes, ma'am.
So what I'm doing, only the MOSFET part we are representing by T model. Prajwal, only the MOSFET part we are representing by T model. Which part of the circuitry we are representing by T model? Sahana? Which part of the circuitry is represented by T model? Prajwal?
Ma'am,
Yeah, Ellie,
Drain
where we have
to
represented?
source.
Only the MOSFET part is represented by
MOS.
Yes, only the MOSFET part is
Is
represented by T model. So this is the current source Gm into VGS, which is represented as I, and here we have to show 1 by Gm, and this is the gate terminal. So since we have resistance, source resistance Rs, we have to show like this. So very, very, very important. This is the T equivalent circuit. T equivalent circuit. So how to represent a T equivalent circuit? First mark gate, drain and source. From the gate to the gate, you attach the input voltage with a resistance, and to the drain you show the current source, that is I, and to the source what you have to do, you have to show one resistance 1 divided by Gm. To that you have to add, you have to show a source resistance Rs. Very, very, very important. Okay, so this is the equivalent circuit. I repeat, since we have the source resistance Rs, we have to go for T equivalent circuit. If we don't have source resistance, we have to go for hybrid pi model. So this is the T equivalent circuit. See here, it forms T here. If you see here, gate, drain and source, it is forming T. So this part of the circuitry, this part of the circuitry, and here it remains same. Only the MOSFET you are replacing with T equivalent. So that is the gate here, and this is the current source, and you have to show with the resistance 1 divided by Gm. Okay, so now what we have to do, the first parameter is the input resistance Rin. So how to find the input resistance Rin? To find the input resistance Rin, view the circuitry from here. I have shown the arrow here. View the circuitry here. Here means what? After V signal and R signal, you have to view the resistance here. So that becomes your input resistance R in. That becomes your input resistance R in. Followed? So input resistance R in, which is nothing but Rg. Since the Rg is very, very high, I will write the current as 0. So Rg is very, very high, or I will write it as infinity. Ideally, the value of Rg is infinity. Practically, it will be in terms of mega ohms. I repeat. So first, we have to find the parameters. Which are the first parameter? The first parameter is the input impedance R in. So how to find the input impedance R in? View the circuitry from here. I have shown with this arrow. So where I have shown this arrow? After V signal and R signal. So after V signal and R signal, you have to view the circuitry. So that becomes your input impedance R in. So R in will be equal to what? Why I have written infinity? R in is nothing but your Rg. Your Rg is very, very high. Very, very high means how much? It will be ideally infinity, and practically it will be in terms of mega ohm. So R in is equal to infinity or the higher value. So thus Vi, since when Rg is very, very high or infinity, Vi will be equal to V signal. Why? Because the current, I have shown clearly the current here is 0. Therefore V signal is equal to Vi. Therefore V signal will be equal to Vi. Okay, very, very, very important. So what happens? See, you have the resistance 1 divided by Gm. Okay. So what happens here? These two resistance are connected in series here. So what happens? The voltage between the gate and source is represented by VGS, and the voltage from gate to ground. Gate to ground means from here to here. From gate to ground it is Vi. From gate to source it is VGS. Very, very important. So the resistance from gate to source is VGS, and the voltage between the gate to source is VGS, and the voltage from gate to source is Vi. Okay. So now what happens? From this total Vi, Vi means what? From gate to source. From this total voltage Vi, that is from gate to source, only a fraction of voltage appears across this 1 by Gm. That is represented as VGS. I repeat, the total voltage from gate to source is Vi. From this Vi, only a fraction of voltage appears between gate to source, that is small VGS. So Vi is the voltage from gate to source, and the small VGS is the voltage between gate to source. I repeat, Vi is the voltage between gate to ground. Vi is the voltage between gate to ground, and small VGS is the fraction of voltage from this Vi that appears between gate to source. So what are the two voltages you can see here? Vi and VGS. This Vi is from gate to ground, and this VGS between gate and source terminal here, this here. Okay. So why the input impedance is very, very high? Because we have considered the input impedance as Rg. Rg is equal to infinity practically, ideally. I repeat, R in is equal to Rg, which is infinity ideally, but practically it is of very, very higher value. So since the input impedance is high, we thus say V in is equal to V signal, because since the input impedance is infinity or very high, whatever the input you give, the complete input will appear here, that is gate with respect to ground, that is represented as Vi. Therefore Vi is equal to V signal. Okay, understood? Okay, now how to find that VGS? This is good. Somebody is talking about that. So what is VGS here? This is VGS. So from how do you get this VGS? VGS is nothing but a small part of this Vi. I repeat, this VGS is a small fraction of voltage from Vi. So how to find this VGS? How to find this VGS, Prajwal? Prajwal, you're there?
Ma'am,
Ah,
ಈ connection ಸಿಕ್ತು ma'am.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. Did you understand this completely?
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅರ್ಧ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿನಿ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
See here, V signal is the input voltage. This is R signal. This is completely your T equivalent circuit. Means MOSFET is represented by T equivalent circuit. How to represent? This is the gate terminal. This is the drain terminal. I am representing by a dependent current source, and the source resistance I have and the source we are representing by 1 by Gm is the resistance. For that we are attaching the source resistance Rs. Okay. So what is this Vi? Vi is the voltage between the gate and the ground terminal. So what is VGS? VGS is the voltage between gate to source. So VGS is nothing but a fraction of voltage from this Vi. Suppose if this is 10 volts, this will be around 2 volts. Means among this 10, there will be 2 volts drop here. Okay. Now I have to determine the input impedance Rin. Why I have written input impedance Rin? Because to find the input impedance, we have to view the circuitry after V signal and R signal. So if I stand and view here, the resistance here is nothing but your Rg. Practically, Rg is very high value. Ideally, it is infinity. So I will represent the input impedance Rin is equal to infinity. But what about the input signal? Why Vi is equal to V signal? Since the input impedance is very, very high, almost all the voltage will drop across here. So Vi will be equal to V signal. Now what is our aim? We have to find the voltage VGS, wherein VGS is nothing but the drop across this 1 by Gm. Okay. So VGS is nothing but the drop across here 1 by Gm. So how to find the drop across that 1 by Gm? Did you follow, Prajwal? Sana? Nidhi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how to find this VGS, small VGS? See, for this small VGS, this is the total input voltage Vi applied, means appearing here. This small VGS is nothing but the fraction of this Vi. So how to find this small VGS? How to find this small VGS? We can, how anyone can answer? How to find this small VGS? Sahana, can you answer how to find this small VGS? Kokila? Ravi Shankar, how to find this small VGS?
Voltage divider.
Yes, this VGS is the voltage that is appearing between the resistance here 1 by Gm, sorry, across the resistance. This small VGS is the voltage drop across the resistance 1 by Gm. So how to find this small VGS? Apply voltage divider rule. So how to apply voltage divider rule? For this small VGS, your Vi is the total input voltage. So small VGS is equal to main voltage Vi into resistance of the same branch, that is 1 by Gm, divided by sum of the two resistance, that is 1 by Gm plus Rs. Okay. So I repeat, how to find this small VGS? Main voltage Vi into 1 by Gm divided by 1 by Gm plus Rs. That is how we apply the voltage divider rule. Okay. So I have written here VGS is equal to Vi is the main voltage, 1 by Gm is the resistance wherein the drop is VGS, main voltage into resistance of the same branch divided by sum of the two resistance. So what is 1 by Gm? It is the resistance 1 divided by Gm where the voltage is VGS. So how to find this VGS? Vi into 1 by Gm divided by 1 by Gm plus Rs. So by applying voltage divider rule, we obtain this VGS. Okay. So your VGS is main voltage Vi into 1 by Gm divided by 1 by Gm plus Rs. So I will write this 1 by Gm as it is. Sorry, 1 VGS as it is. Sorry, VGS I will write as it is. Vi here. So what happens if you take the LCM? It becomes 1 plus Gm into Rs. This Gm and Gm will get cancelled. Okay. So VGS is equal to Vi divided by 1 plus Gm into Rs. This Gm and this Gm will get cancelled. So VGS will be equal to VI divided by 1 plus GM into RS. So look here. So thus we can use the value of RS to control the magnitude of VGS. See, look at this RS and VGS, how they are related. Your RS term is in the denominator and your VGS term is in the numerator. So this side. So your VGS and RS are inversely proportional. So what it means? By changing the value of this RS, by changing the value of this RS, we can control the magnitude of this VGS. Very, very important. If I increase the value of this RS, what happens? Your VGS will decrease. If I decrease the value of RS, what happens to your VGS? VGS will increase. So this is how they are made proportional. I repeat, if I increase the value of RS, the magnitude of VGS decreases. If I decrease the value of RS, the magnitude of VGS increases. So that is how we can obtain the desired magnitude of VGS by varying the value of this RS. Okay. So here what if this is very, very important. What happens if the value of VGS is very, very large? I repeat, see, by using the value of this RS, we can vary the magnitude of this VGS. See, if the VGS is very, very high, very, very high means if I decrease the value of the source resistance, if I increase the value of VGS, what happens? See, by decreasing the source resistance RS, the value of this magnitude of this VGS increases. So if the magnitude VGS increases very, very high, then what happens? There exists non-linear distortion. Okay. So there exists non-linear distortion. That is why I repeat, if the value of RS is very, very less, the magnitude of your VGS is very, very high. So if VGS is high, what happens? There will be non-linear distortion. So we should not make the value of VGS very, very high. Okay. So by placing this RS, what is the advantage of placing this RS? By placing the resistance RS, we can improve the performance. We can improve the performance of the amplifier. Okay. So now what we will do? Now let me derive the different equations. Let me derive the gain equation, all that. Okay. So now here let me derive the other one. See here, let me go for the first circuitry here. See here what happens. Here, if the gate current, if the value of this VGS increases, the value of this ID increases. Okay. So here, how to find the output V0? So voltage is given by current into resistance. V is equal to I into R. So V0, here V is I into R means V is nothing but your output voltage V0. Okay. So V0 is equal to I into R. R is nothing but RD. Since the current is flowing at the output part of the circuitry at the drain resistance RD, we will write it as ID into RD. So your V0 becomes V0 is equal to ID into RD. Okay. So what is V0? V0 is equal to ID into RD. So from the equivalent circuit also, you can see here V0 is nothing but the drop across the drain resistance RD with respect to ground. So V0 is equal to ID into RD. What is your RD resistance? It is RD. What is the current I here? The current here is ID. So since the current is flowing from higher potential to lower potential or applying the KVL here, we can write it as V0 is equal to minus ID into RD. Why minus? Because from higher potential to lower potential, according to the sign convention, it is negative. Okay. So V0 is equal to minus ID into RD, or we can apply KVL here. If I connect an voltage source here and if I apply KVL here, I will get V0 is equal to minus ID into RD. So first what we have to do, write the expression for V0. Okay. So V naught is equal to I into RD. Your I is nothing but your ID. Okay. So the current I is in the source lead can be found by dividing VI by total resistance. So first what I told, come to this equivalent circuitry. Okay. So if you come to this equivalent circuitry, I told the current flowing through your I is nothing, RD is ID, but the same current here, the same drain current is shown here I. Therefore, your I and ID are same, and the same current I enters to the enters here to the source terminal. So how to find this I? How to find this I? I is nothing but voltage divided by resistance. See here, if I apply KCL here, if I apply KCL here, the incoming current here is I, and here the current is not entering. The current is not entering. Why? Because the current here is considered as 0 because input impedance is high. So this current I don't know. So what happens if 5 milliamps comes here, the same 5 milliamps will flow here according to KCL, and here there is no incoming current because the resistance is very, very high. Therefore, if I apply KCL here, this I and this I of S are same. If I consider this as X, the current flowing through 1 by Gm and Rs as X, what happens if I apply KCL here? Incoming current is I, incoming current is 0. I plus 0 is I, outgoing current is X. So the current flowing through 1 by Gm plus Rs is nothing but the same current I. Followed? Did you follow this? Nidhi? Ravi Shankar?
Yes, ma'am.
Here, if I apply KCL here, incoming current is 0. The incoming current is I. So 0 plus I is I, which is the outgoing current here. Suppose if I take X or if I take I of X, X or I of S is equal to I. So this is the unknown current, this is the known current, and this is the known current. So 0 plus I is equal to X. Therefore, X is equal to I. So X and I are same. X and I are same. So how to find that I? So how to find that I? I is the current flowing through these two resistance. Okay. So how to find that current I? I is equal to, current is equal to voltage divided by resistance. Now who will answer this? What is the current I? I is equal to voltage by resistance. Voltage by resistance. Sahana, what is the voltage here and what is the resistance? How do you find the current that is flowing through these two resistance? Voltage by resistance. Which is the voltage and which is the resistance? Please answer, Prajwal. Which is the voltage?
1 by Gm
Hmm.
divided by Rs.
What is the voltage here? Total voltage from gate to ground. How to find the current here? The current through
VI,
VI divided by VI divided by
VI
VI by
1 Gm plus 1 by
RS.
Gm plus Rs.
Okay, very good. So the total current flowing through this resistance is VI divided by 1 by Gm plus Rs. That is the current. So what we are doing? V naught is equal to I into RD. So what is the value of this I? I is nothing but your ID or I of S, because I of D is equal to I according to KCL. So the incoming current there was I, and the other incoming current was 0. 0 plus I is I. The outgoing current was I of S or ID. Since they both are same, we can represent it as ID equal to I. So how to find ID? It is VI divided by 1 divided by Gm plus Rs. So if you take LCM here, this Gm